What's up, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob and you got Superstar Nation. How you guys doing? Oh, guys, beating me up every single day. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button. Join the Superstar fam. Hit the bell notification buttons. Get every single video every single day. We do not miss. We're here every single day posting for you. Today we're going to do a VV video, so make sure you hit the bell and you'll be very happy if you are part of the VV fam. Also, Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month to star beside your name, access to our spreadsheets, giveaways, and the Superstar Utility Program. But first, if you want to reach out to us, you can always find us on X, Instagram, or Discord. The link is below. So go down below and you can join the rest of the Superstar Nation. You can have amazing conversations about all of our favorite projects. And especially if you're a Starboy holder, you're going to need that because you might be able to win $1 million OMI. So first, we have the Superstar Utility Program. Every month you can earn stars. You can be a VIP. You can mint with our link below, our Cryptoys link. If you buy 5, you'll get 7 stars. At the end of the month, we're going to do a draw for giveaways. So it's definitely something that I'm sure many of you who already know about Cryptoys, you're probably buying Cryptoys cubes anyways. You might as well just use the link because you're not only going to support the channel, you're also going to have an opportunity to win some free stuff. When we did do a leaderboard giveaway for Starboys, but we are now currently running Who Wants to Be an Millionaire? Okay, this is a fantastic giveaway. It was a dream of ours to do this. 1 million OMI. We're going to make you a millionaire. But the only way you're going to be able to do it, though, is you have to get a Starboy. So all the Starboy holders are going to be very happy because you're pretty much entered. You will need to go onto our Discord link below, go to the Verify tab, and verify that you are a Starboy holder by providing your wallet address. Just so you know, if you don't feel comfortable connecting, you can always send your Starboy to another side wallet and then verify that one. Also, you can take a photo with your Starboy at a landmark stadium or something prominent in your city. People have been already doing it. You can look at examples. Sometimes people's faces are in it, sometimes they're not. But we want to know where you're from, want to know where these Starboys are all over the world. Make sure you post that photo in the Discord under the private Starboys NFT chat channel and tell us about the location. And then the first 50 holders or less to complete by the end of September, we'll move on to round 2. So there's only going to be 50 spots. I don't know if we have 84 unique owners. I don't know if all 84 are going to sign up. So you want to make sure you do it quickly so that you are one of those first 50 holders. So guys, thank you all for joining me today. I hope you had a wonderful day. I just want to quickly mention that we've had a lot of support about the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire contest. I know My Collectibles talked about it earlier today on his stream. And also shout out to Hinano and the Uncommon podcast. They also have pointed out that you could become a millionaire, and he says aloha, very, very fantastic image that they've been posting of their beautiful rainbow sunsets. So make sure you guys also take photos if you are a Starboy holder. Get on our Discord and show us that info. Take a look at this. You have Bones, a local boy with the Starboy just sitting on top of the CN Tower. I think it's called the Skywalk, right? The Skywalk. They rope you up. They let you stand on the edge of this. So that's a very, very cool one. Thank you for that. And Veve, guys, Veve has a Star Wars drop. We have the shuttle, the Star Wars shuttle coming out. Everyone loves the Star Wars vehicles and crafts. So we're curious to see how these interact with the Veveverse one day. It says the Lambda class T4A shuttle is an integral multi-purpose transport in the Imperial Starfleet and Darth Vader's personal shuttle. So we know Star Wars usually does very well on Veve. We don't know the mint numbers yet, but it will be dropping on Friday. Shout out to iJustine, who's talking about the new Apple feature, toys, right? They're showing how the Apple Watch can tap at some new features, but we're waiting for the Vision Pro. Okay, we want to see the Vision Pro. Shout out to Bones again, giving his amazing X posts where he tells you all sorts of cool information about Cryptoys and other projects that he follows. He's in every single project. He's a must follow. Make sure you guys go on X and you find Bones and you follow him for some great information. He just wants to point out the Ultra Grails, 1% chance. So it's 30,000 of them. So there's only going to be 300 of them, and it can get you into the Ultra Grail Club because Cryptoys has utility with those Ultra Grails. So those are fun for sure. Shout out Jack Da with his Juju. Fantastic. He got another secret rare. I'm telling you, he is actually showing us all the time the amazing secret rare that he gets. The Juju's, he's one of the strongest Juju superstars that we know. So congratulations to you and happy to see it. Okay, so I think that's it. We'll just see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, shout out to D1 only. So I think tomorrow they're going to be doing a big giveaway. So they're saying you have to get your entries in by Thursday. Actually, for this is a different giveaway here. So they're giving away a Starboy and they're giving away a Gunslinger. But make sure you guys check out the Uncommon Podcast. I think tomorrow they're doing a big. I think it's like 25th anniversary or something like that. Some kind of Twitter some spaces. So we've actually committed a free Superstar Money hat. So yeah, shout out to them. Okay, so that's it. So today, we did a video yesterday, and I want to play on that a little bit because we were responding to Veve Meister's beautiful, amazing tweet discussing about Veve liquidity issues, how the app really is for flippers and not collectors. So we did this video that said stop hating on Veve. Okay, and Veve Meister responded. We all love to him. Just to get a conversation going, to make a point, we did this video and we discussed how Veve, we hate on Veve because they are not really making changes that are benefiting collectors, but at the same time, by benefiting collectors, they might actually add obstacles to purchasing, and that would be bad for business, right? So it's a struggle, like pleasing the collectors. It's supposed to be a collectors app. But really it's just filled with flippers and people who are just not collectors, right? So that's where the community and the company and Veve is just looking to find that balance on how do you please the collectors while at the same time ensuring that you don't shrivel up your buyers. And they've done things like removing KYC, right? So that you don't have to KYC to buy, you have to KYC to sell for the money laundering purposes. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. And I really believe we have to readjust our relationship with Veve and our relationship with just digital collectible companies in general. But I feel like with the Veve fan, for whatever reason, I see it the most, the Veve fan. It's the relationship between the Veve community and the company. So there's almost a sense that like the company is like your big brother. They're going to look out for you. They're going to look out for your best interests. They're going to do things that will favor you. And unfortunately, we have to readjust our relationship as the Veve fam with Veve, the company. At the end of the day, Veve is an operating business. Now, don't get me wrong. They absolutely want to tailor the app in such a way that you can benefit collectors and the current whales that are on the app. With that being said, there is an ecosystem in every market, and it requires tailoring to both flippers and collectors. So the most hardcore users, the ones that have accumulated the most, tend to be collectors because they like to keep buying and collecting. And unfortunately, there's just no utility, right? You can't do anything with it. You don't get any kind of like giveaways, subscription services if you own a secret rare like we've seen on Cryptoys. You don't have any kind of token gating. The Veverse isn't really out yet, so we don't actually know what kind of utility, if any, will be on those. So you are truly buying a collectible that the intention is to hold. And the enjoyment is just knowing that you hold this collectible and maybe others don't. And it's kind of like a flex, right? So as part of that, adjusting our relationship with them, we have to also adjust our own mindsets and say, okay, well, this is a business. They need to sell. They're not going to change things right now for the betterment of collectors, not yet, at least. So we might as well just allow things to go at the current pace. Okay, there's things that have been promised 2 years ago that are still not fully functional. There's gross misses of deadlines. So where I remember at Decon. They had a slideshow talking about the Veve first and, quarter one, quarter two, by quarter four, basically by the end of the year, it'd be full-blown gamification. We know they're about 7-8 months behind on that, right? That doesn't mean they can't catch up, but with the current track record, the expectation is that they are probably going to be at least a year behind on that. And I think ultimately it doesn't really matter. We talked about this in the video yesterday, that ultimately Veve will be able to still continue to be the king of IP, provide us with a whole bunch of firsts. So these are the first digital version of these collectibles that are actually officially licensed. by the licensors like Disney, right? Like for Star Wars, like, you know, these are things that you're not going to be able to get them. Now, we can argue till, you know, the next 5 years, we can argue whether these are actually going to matter in the future when you have more utility. Other digital collectibles, exact replicas, they might be better looking, they might be better, you know, better utility. You might actually be fully sponsored by Disney and usable in their parks, where these ones are not. Like, we can argue about the future, the what ifs, but I think there's a consensus in our community that definitely there will be always a place for the first. And that's what gives it the value. So if you're buying these right now, whether Veve looks out for you or not, you have it. And all you have to make sure is that Veve remains in business, right? Because we don't own the collectibles. Veve actually owns them. They're pure custodians of them. It actually says in their terms of references that we are not owners of this. We just have an account on their system that assigns us the ownership through that account. But let's just say, worst case scenario, the company did go out of business. They would have to find a way to make this. I mean, they probably could. I've seen other businesses do this, but they usually find a way to be able to send these to your own personal wallet. So at least you have that token ID, and then somehow some third party would have to figure out a way to token gate, right? Unfortunately, with the way things are right now, like that 3D aspect of it, I don't know if the 3D files are actually part of it. There's a lot of things about if that were to happen, what we would actually get in return. So you have to move forward under the assumption that the best thing for us as the community is a healthy Veve business. And we know that there's a consistent drop in users. There doesn't seem to be the same excitement for the app as there used to be, especially a year ago. The bull run is over. We're deep in the bear market. And we all know that one day we think that there will be attraction again to these collectibles. But in the meantime, it's actually in our best interest just to ensure that the company continues to thrive. So, you know, as much as we want to be critical of the company, we want them to be better. And trust me, you know, Joe and I have done many videos, you know, starting March 19th of 2022, right, where we warned that all the Veve collectibles were going to go to zero. And the point that we were trying to make is that it was unsustainable, that there was a lot of things in the market at the time holding the values up. There was off-app gems at the time. People were buying gems for half price, inflating the market. We learned about the whole gem scandal, that it was just fake gems coming into the market, inflating prices like crazy because you have so much fake gems, you might just buy everything. So, you know, it was we've been critical of you. We want them to be better. But at the same time, we have to also remember why we're here, and we have to be very patient. They've set the expectation now that any deadline that they provide, we have to take it as not a deadline, but as a target. And we actually have to assume that they'll probably miss that target because that's what the track record has shown. And there's really no complaining about it. And we might as well just let them continue to build the app as they need. OUP is a big thing too. That's not out yet. A lot of the OGs, like we're complaining about, let's say MCP, like 2 years late. A lot of the people that came in for OMI right from the onset, OMI was supposed to be like an integral part of the app, which with regulations and stuff may never, ever actually happen now, right? Remember buybacks? There was a question about buybacks of OMI. That's not happening either, right? So we have to just understand that we have to let the team at Veve do what they got to do. They were able to build this app in the first place. We have to just let them build, even though there's a chance that they may not be able to build as good or as fast as their competitors. But we have full faith that this collectible that we are buying is ultimately valuable because of the firsts, right? It's the first that we've seen and we were able to get. And you may have other reasons as well that you like Veve collectibles. There's many other reasons, but this is what we have right now. A lot you can speculate till you're blue in the face, right? You can speculate about gamification, Veveverse, all these things. You can speculate, but this is what we have right now. We have collectibles, and they're digital, and they are not in our wallets. They're in Veve's wallets, and therefore Veve has to do well. Or then that's worst case scenario. Then they shut down shop, and it's over, right? There's no more going forward. Now, obviously, we don't expect that to happen, but it's just something to consider. So it's time for us to adjust our relationship with Veve. And we have to basically just say, okay, guys, you know, you told us 7 months ago you're going to do this. Didn't happen. We'll continue to wait. And probably the best thing you could do at this point, if you are a whale and you are a collector, At this point, you should just be buying in the secondary market, I would think, because now you're just paying a fee to gamble if you buy in the primary. Most drops, and we kind of know, when we do our market cap analysis on our channel, we do price predictions. We kind of know what drops with, let's say, 9 out of 10 times. We know which drops are going to be doing well and are worth going for. So those drops, sure, go ahead, go for the drop. Hopefully you get it, and then you can do what you want and keep it, you can flip it, you do whatever you gotta do. But for the majority of drops, they do go underlisted. So if you're gonna go for it, you're basically paying a gamble tax that you will get a low mint, you will get a special mint, you'll get a secret rare. Right? It's a gamble tax. So we can't be upset if things go underlisted immediately. And that's part of not being upset, is part of understanding, okay, the company is doing what they need to do to sell. That's their best interest. I'm going to do, as a collector, what's my best interest. And sometimes your best interest may be to go for the drop. Sometimes it may be to buy in the secondary market. And sometimes it's also sitting out, right? Because you feel that you can maybe find better opportunities later on. And many people have done that, right? Imagine a year ago, we know there's very prominent people that we know have sold everything on the Veve app, and they might come back on a later date, but we don't actually know if that will happen either. But they've sold everything because they felt like they weren't seeing what they needed to see at a pace that would make them happy, and they have every right to do so. So I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts. Like, are you guys in agreement with me that we need to change as a community? We need to change our relationship with Veve and understand the business side is actually more important than the collecting side. Am I just thinking am I wrong on this? Oh, there's no way Veve would ever go out of business. So they should just do collector stuff right now. So, do everything for collectors right now. Don't worry about sales because they've already made enough. I'm just curious to know your thoughts on this. Do you feel that same as me? And if you don't, it's okay. Disagree. You can let me know in the comments below. So guys, if you haven't already, before you go, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar fam, hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. We do not miss. We always post. That we'll be here every single day. And also to our VIPs, thank you so much for your support. It's $2.99 a month. You can hit the join button on our YouTube page, and you get access to our spreadsheets, giveaways, and the Superstar Utility Program is a big thing, right? You can get stars every single month, depending on how far along you are between common and secret rare. We haven't hit any super duper rares yet. That's 2 years. And there's also exclusive giveaway to join the Superstar Constellation from starnaming.com. Guys, thank you all so much. We appreciate you. Take care, and we'll see you next one. Bye-bye.